Welcome back, YouTubers, to Q&A 139 with us, the British Fist. I am, of course, Mr. Parkin, wearing another V-neck, and this guy sitting next to me, he is a Paul Heyman guy. Not many guys out there are Paul Heyman guys. You probably have the shirt. It's none other than NJ, people. Time for another Q&A 139 where we answer your questions that you sent to us. Nice little bit of fan interaction between us and yourselves. And the first question comes from British Fist fan 1234 UK, and he says, how do you feel about winning the YWC award for Tag Team of the Year? Well, I didn't even know about this.
No, it wasn't made worldwide, which we are, to be honest. The award should be given us every single year because there's seriously no one better than us.
Well, someone has developed a little bit of an ego over the last 3 years.
Damn right.
I'm very pleased we won an award. I mean, I didn't really know we were even nominated for an award, but apparently we won it. So, yay! And thank you very much for letting us know, Andre Corbell. Anyway, so there we go. Will Keogh, how much longer do you see Mark Henry being in the WWE? I'd give it probably 2 or 3 years. I don't know how much longer he's got left on him. How old is he? I don't know. I could do a quick Wikipedia search, but...
Mark Henry being one of the biggest, baddest heels there was. That particular time he was a heel. He gave us some great Mark Henry moments. And now they've dropped that. I'm not sure what storyline he could be involved in. Not the freaking hand thing again. But I think Mark Henry should last a little bit longer.
Because that's what he do!
True.
That's what he do!
True.
That's what he do! My throat. Give it 2 or 3 years, I think. Adam Kehler. I think that's how you say it. Do you think NXT's Divas division is better than the actual Divas? Yes! Way better! Much more interesting characters, much more diversity, much better bucking matches.
That'll soon change.
Yeah, because then they'll be on the actual Divas division and they'll be shit, won't they?
Yep.
Yep, definitely. Would you like a Reigns-Batista match at Mania? That wouldn't be a bad idea. Having like a guy like Batista will probably beat Roman Reigns, but, you know, big match for Roman Reigns if you're going to put him there.
We won't try and work out how this match would happen, but I feel that Roman Reigns eventually is going to need to face the bigger guys in the WWE. Batista being back for however long his contract is, I'll go for it, yes.
Okay. You're right there.
Last week still gets a bit emotional.
Yes, I imagine so. I'm just going to pat you on the back for a little while because it's kind of cool. We're friends. It's cool. It's cool. Do you think when Bryan feuds with Bray, he'll have Harper or Rowan on his side? No, he'll always be on Bray Wyatt's side, so there's not much point in putting him on Daniel Bryan's side. I
feel that the Wyatt family should stay as a 3 Wyatt family instead of the Wyatt family splitting, changing sides, yada yada yada.
This is a good question. I like this question here. They could build so many top guys in 5 years. I'm guessing this is one of those questions where we say, could they be big stars or not? They have got a nice, diverse list here. And we do go on a lot about the fact that WWE don't build too many stars. We'll start off with Roman Reigns. Definitely feel he could be a big star. With the right kind of push, he does have the look. You know, promo skills, maybe not. But he does have that kind of look that you know Vince McMahon would love to push to the main event.
I feel with Reigns' a few moments in the Shield, showing that he can take on more than one wrestler at a time. He does speak on the mic, so he has some chance of going that far with that. So I'll say yes.
Dean Ambrose. You know, I really do like Dean Ambrose's character. If he hadn't have done so many fucking jobs lately, I would probably say he could be some kind of main event star. But out of the Shield, I think it'll be Roman Reigns, him, and then Seth Rollins. I just think that's the way it's going to be.
Ambrose, yes. If the streak he went down didn't ruin that build towards him, he was the person who was being pushed to be the person to go to the main event. So if he did not go on a weird streak, I feel him and Reigns could have gone somewhere together.
I'm hearing through the grapevine that he's still actually the US champion. Did you know that?
The what?
The US champion. TNA belt? ROH belt? Where's this belt now?
Don't know what belt to talk about.
What about Bray Wyatt? You know, I think Bray Wyatt could definitely be a big star. But the thing is with Bray Wyatt, though, his character, it could be very useful in the mid-card, upper mid-card, or main event. So he will be some kind of main event player down the line. And maybe he'll have a match with John Cena at WrestleMania. We don't really know. But I definitely see Bray Wyatt being there just because of how unique the guy's character is.
I'm not doing this via comparison, but like Gangrel, he had a weird kind of character, but he didn't quite make it as high as, you know, we expected Bray Wyatt to.
Oh, yeah.
I feel with the WWE eventually giving every single wrestler on their roster a chance to go in the main event, I think Bray Wyatt, if he continues the way he is with this great promo work and the dark video packages, I feel he could definitely be a likeable character up there.
I mean, he's had a lot of main event segments on Raw, so you know WWE behind this character. Well, some of the guys feuding him right now, Daniel Bryan, you know, I see him as some kind of main event star for WWE. I don't see him as a top guy or the face of the company like some people do, but I definitely feel he's a guy that can play a major role in the company going forward, either in the mid-card or potentially in the main event maybe a couple of times a year.
I feel that Daniel Bryan could be a ex-Jeff Hardy and ex-Lord Voldemort, because he's got a character that deserves to be up in the main event against the big names, giving us great matches, giving us great spots. But as for the champion, the WWE are giving him chances, but not, as I've said many times, staying with him.
Yeah, not to mention the fact he's the most over guy in the company right now. Even more over than CM Punk. Dolph Ziggler. No, he's not ever going to be a main eventer. I'm sorry.
I feel that, again, he has been up in the main event place, giving us matches. But again, he's just like Daniel Bryan, doesn't hold on to it up there via the concussion storylines or the concussions he's been going through. But I feel he has a chance to be up there, but maybe not held up there.
My theory about Dolph Ziggler is you can put him in the main event, but only if you need someone to make the other guy look good. So Dolph Ziggler will only be there to make the other guy look good, and then on the next night on Raw, he can go from being in the main event to being mid card, and no one will really notice. Cody Rhodes. As a babyface, I think he could be some kind of main eventer. I believe he's much better as a heel. But I think, you know, he does have some opportunity, although his opportunity really should have been when he had that long IC title run, and he beat Randy Orton in that Survivor Series match.
Cody Rhodes, he's not got the build, the proper main event look, but he's got someone who can talk the talk and walk the walk, until he lost the Intercontinental, and the WWE didn't think, right, he's given us a great heel Intercontinental run. I think we should now put him up against a long-term main eventer and keep him up there, involved in Money in the Bank and all that kind of stuff. So I felt he had it, but not anymore.
And he's still quite young, so he's got a lot of years ahead of him. Damien Sandow, you know, I can't believe WWE haven't pushed this guy. I mean, he's very old school. Once again, quite a unique character. Is somewhat needs improvement in the ring, but I just can't believe they haven't actually pushed Damien Sandow.
John Cena's fault.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Many times. John Cena's fault, many times.
Well, it's the Booker's fault, but I don't understand why it's Damien Sandow is in the doghouse right now. I just don't get it.
You're welcome.
I am very much welcome. So is the WWE for ruining the guy's fucking push. Leo Kruger. No, I don't see main event. I don't see main event potential in Leo Kruger. Not with his, especially not with his new Adam Rose gimmick. No.
And not with the surname Kruger or Nightmare on Elm Street. Be careful.
Sami Zayn. Again, the guy has been really good on NXT. You know, fantastically over, a very good talent. But do I see him in the main event? No. I see him as a mid-carder. He doesn't have the size. He has the talent, but he just doesn't have the size.
At this moment in time, non-NXT watchers or supporters or followers would know much about him, so it just depends on what the WWE do to him once he steps away from Triple H and back to Vince.
Big E Langston. Could you see main event material in Big E Langston? I mean, like I said, I could. You know, maybe not as a big-time main eventer, but he could be that, a good representative of a black main eventer in the WWE.
At this moment in time, I feel he's proving himself quite strongly, but I feel that his promo works, as much as he can talk on the mic, maybe not long, ongoing promos against other wrestlers. Like, if he was to talk one-on-one to someone like John Cena or Randy Orton, I feel that he wouldn't be able to hold a long promo.
Which is exactly the mistake they made with Ryback. But yeah, Langston should have a long IC title run and then build from there. Maybe a good run in the Royal Rumble as well. Antonio Cesaro, do you see main event potential in him? No. I mean, another example of a great talent that will probably never be given a gimmick or a push to warrant a main event run.
Yeah, the Giant Swing definitely pushed him to the top, didn't it?
Bo Dallas. I don't see main event potential in Bo Dallas. I really don't.
He beats Wade Barrett and then disappears. That shows what I feel of him.
But he is the longest reigning NXT champion.
Is he?
Yes. If you'd watch NXT, you would know. Titus O'Neil. I mean, again, he's in a tag team right now, Darren Young. I don't think WWE will ever go all the way with him. So I've just on that for it. I'll say no.
Yes, you could say he's got the build of the WWE, but he's not exactly got what the WWE are looking for.
He's got some charisma.
They made him a comedy character. So yes, they could make him a comedy face, but I don't feel he's a Mark Henry. I don't feel he's a Batista. I don't feel he's a John Cena. I think he's more of a comedy act. He's got okay moves. I've seen him in the ring. Okay, but not exactly up there.
I agree. I totally agree. I think what WWE, even though WWE are letting him show his personality a little bit, where are his big wins? Where are his storylines? Where are his big moments? There aren't really any. Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze is a very interesting gimmick, but a gimmick that it will never be a main eventer. No one can take that gimmick seriously in the main event. It'd be like putting Enzo Amore in the main event. It just wouldn't happen. Or Santino. It just wouldn't happen.
Explain what the gimmick is to the people that don't know.
Well, basically, Tyler Breeze is a guy who just likes looking at himself in the phone. He's kind of self-obsessed with himself.
Cody Rhodes.
Damn, I look good. Tyler Breeze is just, Enjo, don't you think I look good, man? Ooh.
You're blowing in the wind. And, yeah, Cody Rhodes had that, gay gimmick.
Gimmick? I believe it was a dashing gimmick, NJ. But yeah, we'll just move on. The Neon Brick. What do you think about Jeff Hardy's return and this whole thing on Twitter and him saying he's coming back when he's not? What do you think? It's, they've obviously taken him off TV for the UK tour because he can't fly to the UK. He's not going to be returning in the Royal Rumble, people. It's not going to happen.
I feel that another WWE title run, WWE run, he promised he'll be back. If he wants to break that promise, sorry kids, Jeff Hardy's a liar. Don't like Jeff Hardy, he'll lie to you.
Yeah, go watch Victory Road and you'll see how much of a liar he is. Rock Solid EJV 420. What do you think of a four-way for the WWE title between Cena, Orton, Brock and Batista?
Answered.
Yeah, we have actually answered that in the last Q&A. But I don't think it's a good idea to have a massive four-way in the main event of the show for the WWE Championship, especially when you can use Brock and Batista, especially those two, for bigger matches in the singles. And generally singles matches will draw a lot more, and the storylines are a lot easier and more logical to tell. So I don't think they will have, and I don't think they should do either. Deco5757. What was the reaction over in England to their cricket team being whitewashed? Cricket? It's not really even one of our better sports, so we're not really that bothered.
Whitewashed.
Yeah, it's just they beat us 5-0 in the Ashes, and at the end of the day, the Ashes is just a thing like about that big, and it doesn't really matter all that much anyway. Just some Ashes of some bales, no, exactly. But it's like, who cares? It's cricket. It's a sport that is probably the only sport the Australians are good at. So we'll give you this one, but we won the last 3, so I'll just keep it there. What are your thoughts, feelings of the Ascension down on NXT? When do you see them getting on the main roster, and what do you think about a feud between them and the Wyatt family? I mean, I like the Ascension gimmick, but unfortunately, NXT is suffering right now from a lack of tag teams, which means that even though they are the champions and they have got an interesting gimmick, when you don't have anyone to go up against, unfortunately, you as a gimmick also become quite stale. I mean, imagine if Austin never had, guys like The Rock and Mankind and Vince McMahon and Undertaker to feud with. The gimmick would have been great, but it wouldn't have kept its interest.
Let me say, we've spoken quite a bit about this. I feel that they could have a positive future as long as the WWE, like the Wyatt family, give them a stand-out gimmick. Feuding with the Wyatts will need eventually other people to go up against, someone different to keep them going interesting. I'll say good luck. Talk about NXT tag teams. D-Line, come on now. You might not know about these, but they are a tag team that should be a lot higher than where they're at.
Definitely. We won't give D-Line a shout out, but apparently, yes, I'm hoping that D-Line make it to the big time one day and they do become WWE Tag Team Champions. I'd even accept at this point TNA Tag Team Champions, as long as they get on mainstream TV because they're damn good talent. The Lord Devil 17. Could this be Lord Voldemort from the grave? We'll see from these questions. When do you think John Cena will retire in WWE? How many years do you think he's got left?
I'm sorry, people. Let's listen to 2 questions like you have. When will John Cena retire? When did Hulk Hogan retire? When did Ric Flair retire? When did Undertaker retire? These names are going to go on and on and on and on. I really feel that John Cena is going to be one of the ongoing, long-reigning wrestlers in the WWE, which he shouldn't do, because every injury he's had, he comes back a week later. And number 2, how many years do you think he's got left? I think he's going to go on and on and on and on, just because the WWE have the power to keep him there.
Thank God I have my bike helmet on me. Ow, don't do that. It's already broken with my skull. As for John Cena, when will he retire? Probably 10 years' time. I don't know. Probably 10 years. You know, only really Cena could tell. Who do you think will be the face of the WWE after John Cena? Who knows? I mean, who knows? We don't know.
CM Punk. I'm not giving up on you, my friend. I'm not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on you.
Good luck with that one, mate. WWE and TNA talk. What do you guys think of the main event on last night's Impact Wrestling with AJ Styles versus Magnus? Yeah, I mean, it was a couple of weeks ago now. With all the run-ins and stuff, yeah, it was stupid. I mean, you've got the guy who's going to leave your company versus the guy that's going to be with your company, yet you make the guy who you're currently with on the company, you make him look stupid, and you make AJ Styles, who's leaving your company, look like a god. Where's sense?
This match needed to happen, especially if you wanted to take Magnus to the next level, because he's going against Mr. TNA in some aspect. So this match needed to happen. The way to do it should have been different. A rematch, clean rematch, and perform it so Magnus can prove himself that he can get a clean win over the best. But the run-ins, yes, it maybe showed that Magnus is building his way up, so he's cheating his way before he gets the proper wins. But I think it's maybe overdone.
Are you calm down now? Because I really want to take this helmet off.
Unless there's another John Cena question.
Then I shall have the helmet ready just in case. Yes, AJ Styles versus Magnus. Is it me, or does it feel like, even though I haven't been watching TNA, does it feel like it's Dixie Carter's belt rather than Magnus's belt?
Right now.
Yes, it really does. Will it be HBK versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30? I don't think HBK should come out of retirement. And they already have Batista, Brock Lesnar, and Undertaker, you know, as draws for the show. So do they really need HBK to come out of retirement? Do they? I don't think they do.
As much as you could name all these big matches that HBK never fulfilled, never done, I feel once they go into retirement, they should stay Ric Flair. And, you know, I feel that this is it for it. He will not be facing HBK.
He'll probably have some sort of thing on the road to WrestleMania with Triple H maybe and CM Punk, but he won't be involved in the match unless he's a special referee or something, like it was in WrestleMania 29. Dean Anthony. When do you think the Shield will break up? Probably, I'd say WrestleMania. I mean, Royal Rumble, you could have a tease, and they're going to keep teasing this, and possibly WrestleMania is the moment where they maybe have him, Roman Reigns, turned babyface. I don't know.
I look at them being involved with the Authority come and gone now, so now they're back on their own again. I feel they could break up at any point because it's about time now.
What would you think about WrestleMania 30 if Orton with Triple H faced Batista with Ric Flair? I mean, that's not a bad idea in concept. But the problem is, Triple H lately hasn't really been favouring Orton that much. So would Orton really want Triple H in his corner? I think,
but you've still got Triple H saying he's backing Orton. He's gonna stand by his side. There are times when they're together, not together, and stuff. Maybe it's building up to Triple H all along being on Orton's side to help him retain that championship. But as for Ric Flair coming back to join Batista, Ric Flair's last run in the WWE with The Miz worked out very well, didn't it?
What, giving him his finishing?
I'm going to keep stabbing Ric Flair because all this comeback, and that doesn't really work out for him. Yeah.
Do you remember we did that in the TNA reviews?
Oh, I don't know why.
No fucking way. It's not like we were criticising the show or anything.
Oh, not at all.
Wanker. But it would play into the Evolution storyline. Triple H, Batista, Orton and Ric Flair, if they were going to do that. So it wouldn't be a bad idea if they could play the storyline correctly. Choose 3 of these superstars to drop. Mark Henry, Big Show, Zack Ryder, Yoshitatsu, Justin Gabriel, Goldust, Bo Dallas, John Cena, or Randy Orton. For me, it would be Zack Ryder, Yoshitatsu, and probably Justin Gabriel, because as much as I'd like to say Bo Dallas, he is quite young, so he has a lot of time to develop.
Okay, as much as I would love to say Big Show, all he does is cry, I'm going to give it to Zack Ryder, because since that feud with Kane, he's not been anywhere important. Yoshitatsu had a small run, didn't go anywhere, so that's 2. And my third one, you would love it for me to say John Cena, but I'm going to say Bo Dallas because they beat Wade Barrett, a guy that I was supporting, and only to disappear. Idiot.
I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The good news is this Q&A is over. The bad news is
it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
That really makes no sense. But then again, that's just me all over, isn't it, really? Bad news fucking Barrett. What a terrible gimmick. So that's, like I said, another Q&A done with us. The British Fist.
Coaching.
Tag Team Award winning the British Fist. I'm Mr. Park, and this guy sitting next to me, Paul Heyman, guys, NJ.
What's up?
And that's a rather subdued "What's up, NJ?" Come on, give us some emotion. Exactly.
Now, people, please keep the questions coming. I will do, because those John Cena questions get my freaking nerve. This is going back to when I first did Q&A for the British Fist. The John Cena questions that you guys sent me were absolutely ridiculous. You kept doing it week after week after week after week, and it bust my bubble. Now, people, please, from Mr. Parker and me and Jay, keep the questions coming, keep us going, and please, please, please keep supporting the British Fist. And thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.